Good evening, lords and ladies. DJ CraigE here with Progeny behind the Fang podcast, and joining me as always, my amazing wife, Ming Xiao, Neopolitan Wu. And we have our special guests, Phoenix and Crystal Cordo. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, let's jump right into it. So please introduce yourselves to the community and share your roles within our beloved community.
Well, dark greetings. I'm Phoenix Cordo, precept of the Immortal Nightshade. Also, I double as the husband of the lovingly bloodthirsty my wife, Crystal.
How romantic.
Thanks, baby.
We love bloodthirsty couples.
You see that, folks? We made a vampire blush.
Was it me? No. Okay. So, and then you, Miss Lady Crystal, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Crystal Dawn Cordeaux. I'm the delegate in Immortal Nightshade, our house, and my amazing husband, Ben, is the princeps of the house.
He's bloodthirsty too, right?
A little bit.
Oh.
I'm more bloodthirsty than him.
Okay, the truth comes out.
Well, they always say the queen is more vicious, so...
He is.
I get evil.
Oh, just like the queen bee, the queen ant. I mean, I could go on, right? Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, so welcome to you both. We're so happy you can be on here with us. And now we're going to, I guess, ask you guys the story of your embrace, how you were both, quote unquote, captured, so to speak, by Progeny Vampire.
Well, I'll start out here. It's a bit of a long story, but I do like to give a little bit of a long story. I'm long-winded, don't have a problem with it. I was introduced to Progeny by the fabulous Karina Starston, a close friend of mine at the time. Her and I were involved, of course, as a lot of people were, in bloodlines at the time. She had her own family established right then and there, which she was very busy with, and became really big in. We hung out a lot playing games and such, which like a lot of bloodlines clans do. And that's where I met Sharky, Lucifer, and Cass, mostly around a greedy table or other such game. And then one night they were speaking about another vampire system where you didn't have to ask to bite, which I thought was pretty cool. I was quite interested in. And then surprisingly, the next day, Karina did approach me in joining as a new member and embraced me. Well, the embracement was later. I was embraced by her, my sire, Karina, on 8/26/2020. So it's been a long time. At that time, we were all part of the Lightbringer's house in the Blackburn family. Sharky, Lucifer, and Cass were eventually outcasted from that clan. Karina and I left in good terms to follow as outcast, for their outcast house. We became a rogue house that Cass Nightshade founded called Nightshade's Requiem. Our house drew a lot of attention on the grid and came under many repeated kill on sight orders because, well, we were growing at the time. And those attempts were pretty futile, though, because we were growing, as I said, and not many people dared go after us at the time. I then decided I was ready to become a sire myself. I was, pretty far, actually, when I was about a mature, or a little higher, I can't remember what I was at the time, but I gave my dark gift to my beloved Crystal, as you all know. Eventually, after a lot of effort, our house did become the first renegade clan. Thanks to all the hard work of Cass at the time. When Cass decided to form houses, his first choice, of course, was to create. He created a house, of course, that was the clan's house, but the first house he awarded was directly to me. He had a strong belief that the renegade clans, renegade houses, he wanted to train a lot of the folks inside of the clan to eventually become run their own clans and for the Renegade Nation his dream was the Renegade Nation, for it to become quite a powerhouse within Progeny. And that was kind of that's how that kind of happened. I did learn a lot from the clan, and Cass did take me under tutelage. I learned a lot about internal issues that face the clan. I served on the clan, in our clan, what kind of a council, helped on that. So that's how that went about. And basically, him setting up his clan as he did, it did kind of provide a recipe for the future for a lot of the members that were in the clan. He didn't want us to stay about forever as a house inside of there. He wanted us to branch out and have our own clans eventually. Maybe in the future I'll look into that. Right now I'm quite happy being in a house that I am, and the house is of course called Immortal Nightshade. Eventually Crystal and I, under a lot of deep thinking and choices, decided it was ready to move our house to a new clan. And we were welcomed with open arms to Centario de Paradiso by its sovereign, Cheyenne Ray Paradiso, and its co-sovereign, Gex Paradiso. You guys have probably met them. They're really good people. We knew them well through our close friend and confidant, Say Masala, who was also a vampire in that clan, and their third in command, I believe, if I'm right. I spoke to Cheyenne recently for some history on the clan, because I kind of wanted to be prepared for this podcast. And she said they were once part of Ravenos, which you guys had told me that you were once part of. You guys were involved with Ravenos at one time before its big upheaval.
Not me.
Yes,
not you.
I was.
Yeah,
I was myself. Yeah.
No, that's not me.
And the clan took its name, which I thought was kind of interesting, because I didn't really realize what Centario de Paradiso meant. It does mean the path of the paradox, which signifies their view on the new way and of how a respectful renegade clan should be run. And that's pretty much my story, and I'll leave this off to my beautiful wife to go with her part.
I love that name, by the way. That's very creative. That is beautiful.
It is.
A beautiful sentiment for change.
All right. And yes, so we have Crystal.
Well, me, I just hung out around Xanadu, which was a gaming place that Penn owned, and we were talking about being vampires, because me, on this one, she was always the girl next door. When I actually wanted to experiment with, like, bloodlines and other things, I had an alt that I did that on. And she kinda, like, was a very big person in the Hunger until it shut down in 2019. So when I heard about Progeny and how it was similar to the Hunger, because you didn't have to ask to bite and you didn't have people, running around being, So, ended up, Ben was supposed to talk to everybody, and he was slacking off, so I am Karina, and I said, when can I become a vampire? So we set up my embracement, which was formal. It was absolutely beautiful. And how I became a Progeny player.
You got me to wear white that night. I don't wear white too often. That was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to be different. I'm always different. So, me and Fen were both dressed in white.
Oh wow, I think that's so romantic, and it shows all the blood. So, what's it like to turn your beloved like that? I mean, that's a very special kind of bond. That's very.
I told her. Sorry to interrupt, but I told her that if I was going to turn my first to turn, it was going to be a dark gift. It was special to me to her to be the first. I know a lot of times the Progeny couples get together, or they say, hey, I'm going to turn you as a Progeny, and they do that, but then they don't stay together. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to make sure it was the right person that was my first. And I mean, I've had others re-sire to me since then, but she's that special first turn to me. she is my progeny. But that's kind of the way we look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How long have you guys been together?
August 31st, 2021.
Oh, wow. Okay, very nice. Well, this is very romantic and very endearing. I love this.
That's awesome. So, tell us about one significant moment in Progeny history that you lived through and truly enjoyed. Something historical you may have witnessed, or your most memorable Progeny moment, so to speak.
As a mature, I do remember the Red War. Ming probably can go further on because I know she was involved with it as well.
Oh, yeah. The Red War, yeah.
So we at the time we were as a rogue house, we were we basically remained in the shadows and out of it, picking off vampires as they got weak at the time, because of course they couldn't be restored to life, and that's probably the biggest moment I remember in Progeny history. The little bit of time there, but that's it for me.
Very cool. The Red War, I swear it was a very memorable moment for a lot of people, most definitely, including myself. I have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being on stage one time and I was in the other screen DJing, and I looked back and all of a sudden I had about 10, 15, I don't know, a lot of vampires all on the stage biting me. And yeah, I had to teleport out of there quick. It was quite the time.
Yeah.
Being on the enemy side.
Yeah, I've been told by bigger vampires than me, you really shouldn't hold the bite, you're gonna die. No, I'm not. I know how to watch my blood. I know when to TP out.
Well, exactly. And I mean, I even told my boss when I was DJing at the club, I said, the music will still go, but I got to get out of here for a few minutes.
Ghost DJ. Yes.
Yes.
I like that. So, Lady Crystal, now what about you? What's your most historical moment? Something that stands out for you that you lived through?
Well, basically, I don't have nothing like the Blood Wars, but I mean, how I got my first sire is probably the most thing that ever was weird that happened. I have my bachelorette party at this kind of like strip club in here.
Okay.
My goodness, we gotta hear.
And me and Say are standing around, and that's when I met Godric. He got in my IM and was asking me, because I guess he could tell I was a vampire, was asking me a lot about it and everything, and he wanted to join, so I basically had him join under me, and then I made him my son so that he'd stop asking me for favors.
Wow, okay. Wow.
But yeah, that's basically, but I mean,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, that's basically the only thing. And then there was one other time I was out shopping, and of course, we all have this bad thing for AFK vampires. I mean, I was taught never go AFK, it's a good way to die.
Rule number 1.
So, I will bite a mature. And I will kill a mature if they don't come back. But if they come back and they get in my IM and just say, hey, what's going on, I'll leave them alone. If they walk away, I'll leave them alone. I just want them to learn you can't go AFK because somebody is going to kill you.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't you, it would be me.
Yeah. And this mature, I mean, I went my way to finish shopping, she went her way to finish shopping, but I do watch my surroundings. And I saw her slowly coming up behind me, and I'm thinking, please don't attack me. I'm so much bigger than you, and I will kill you. And she did attack me, and she left at 10%, and I got right in her IM, and I said, you know something, I'm very proud of you. I said, I would not have went after you once you came back. But I said, you attacked me. I'm a lot bigger than you. I'm pretty damn proud of you.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
And the way you brought yourself up, babe. I mean, you had a habit of fighting much bigger vampires in the face.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on there, because 2 of the players that ended up making me stay in Progeny are no longer in Progeny.
Yes.
But there was 2, and I mean, oh my god, they'd come after me all the time. All the time.
Sounds like the Notorious too. I'm pretty sure we know who you're talking about too, and
yeah.
Probably. And I mean, I wouldn't back down from. Nope.
They trained you the best effort they could train you. That's what I can honestly say.
And I mean-
I'm Friday.
And I mean, they started, I think at first, when I was a fledgling, they were kind of like teaching me things. But then when I turned to mature, because of a few little things I had said that were the truth, it kind of made me their target. But hey, it made me learn. It made me be what I am. So
Yeah, these things shape and mold us. Absolutely. Well, so actually leading off that, so you both have a passion for combat. Clearly, we can tell that. How do you think it's evolved for better or for worse throughout your centuries of existence?
Well, the way I see it, both of us have learned from some of the best combatants in the realm. First Cass, then a lot of other folks taught me. I had Karina, one of the best fighters, teaching me. I've taken tips from a couple people in the realm. Not to name names because I don't want to drop too many names. I feel as a team, we communicate quite well as a couple and make a deadly duo. We do. And there's times that I will sit and chat with her own voice, and she will rip into me. If she says, I'm taking care of so-and-so, why aren't you over? It's like, because I'm on so-and-so. She says, well, no, get over here. And we're very good at working as a unit, or trickery, or, there's been times that we've learned we know each other really well, and working as a combat team, we're really good at that. Now the question how has it evolved? For better or worse, I can say I still enjoy it as it is. As I once did, even more than as I'm old. Now that I'm older, much older, I can have a lot of fun. Does it have room for improvement? Sure, it does. I'm sure that those are our sources working on many of those things. I'm quite excited. I know we're all wary of the new races that are coming out, or the new abilities. We're not sure. We're in a state of just what's going to happen. For what and we're all going to be surprised by what our source has in store for us and how it will affect our combat abilities. But overall, I'm quite excited for the future.
Yes, me too. I'm really excited to kind of check out those new abilities myself and just see how it evolves.
Get your fangs wet.
Yeah.
And how about you, the lovely Crystal? What about you? What are your thoughts?
And basically the same way. I mean, I had a little bit of different fighting skill. I mean, I love to shop, so I was out on the grid most of the time, and that's how I learned, because people like to attack the younger ones.
So mostly you're not killing vampires, you're killing your husband's wallet. I see.
Well, both.
Yeah, we got you, Mel. We got you.
Spicy shopping, as we call it.
I mean, Ben did leave out one thing. He doesn't like to fight me because I know his fighting style, and he's scared I'll kill him.
Yeah. We kind of, most of the time we're at a draw, because we literally just, when we're into combat together, we just it's like there's no reason. I mean, you know everything I know. You know. We train together. We work together as a team, and that's kind of the way things end. And but it is quite an exciting way to be. I mean, they know if Fenix is there, that Crystal's going to be right behind him, or vice versa. And some people get upset about that. But it's like, but that's how we fight.
We've had a lot of people get very upset because we do fight as a team. Well, you never fight alone. You always have your partner with you. That's because we are a team. That's why I basically am in Progeny. I mean, I wanted somebody I could play something together with.
Well, exactly. And I mean, there is no I in team. My corny one-liner. And, why not, when you're out shopping, get something to eat on the way home? I always say that.
Take out.
I think it's excellent. You guys enjoy it. Why would you not do it together? I mean, this is why you do. I think it's great.
Except for when he bites me. Not nowadays. I mean, I'm bigger now, so it doesn't hurt as much as it did when I was little. But when I was little and he would bite me, it would hurt quite big.
Oh, I feel you. When I bite my wife, she gets mad at me. She's like, "Come on."
Well, I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like
Right? I call it a love nibble.
Yeah, exactly.
Liters or some ridiculous thing. I carry like 7. Come on now. I mean, we all know I'm going to die.
One of these nights, you just walk up to him and say, "Come here, honey. I want to give you a kiss," and then bite him in the face.
I'm gonna wait till he's. I'm gonna drain him. That's gonna be it, right, Craig?
Hey now.
Or you can make cement. You can make 2 cinder blocks and make chains and put them around his ankles and throw him in water in Second Life. That's the worst way for a vampire to die. They just keep drowning over and over again.
You remind me of that.
Wow. I guess I couldn't live without my darling, so I guess I can't do that. But
well, he doesn't die. You can pull him up when you want to use him.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, don't tell her that.
Yes, now, come on. You're gonna get me in trouble.
So, as we conclude this interview, do you have any final bites of wisdom that you're eager to pass on to our younger generations or just our fellow listeners?
What?
Well,
you go first here.
I probably will get in trouble, but I believe the fledglings, for 30 days, they're allowed to learn the system. It is a system where you fight. Most of us are fighters. Some of us just roleplay, but yeah, they need that 30 days when they're safe, when they know, hey, I can practice with this vampire, or I can go out on the grid and learn this and I won't die. And the other you annoy the other vampires, but that's when you get to learn how the HUD works and everything. You can't learn it when you're not in an actual position where you need to use it. I mean, you can practice with your friends and everything, but your friends are not going to be as hard on you as a vampire that wants to kill you.
Well, no doubt. And that 30 days is a really nice grace period.
I think why wouldn't we give people a chance to learn and learn how to use the blood bank? And I mean, it just makes sense. There's plenty of time. We have all of eternity for you people to get out there and kill fledglings, and plus they have 1 liter per night that they're going to lose. They already have a hard enough struggle to feed every day, so I think we can afford to give them the 30 days. I think you're absolutely right.
That and have fun with their Second Life. Do what they enjoy to do.
Yeah.
Me, I think you should first of all go out there on the grid, have fun, fight, RP, have the time of your life. That's what it's about. Do your own thing. Follow TOS, of course, and Diabolic Law. You can't go wrong. If you follow those two, that's the way we view it as renegades. that's what we're all controlled by. Go ahead and do as you please if you're following those rules. And if you tend to fall outside of the norm, give the life of maybe a renegade or a rogue a try. And I have my last words: rogue life forever.
Yep. Born a rogue, die a rogue.
Yep.
I love that. That's awesome saying. That's a great quote.
Yes, for most definitely. I lived the renegade rogue life. It was a lot of fun. Well, much respect, and it's truly been an honor to have you guys here on the podcast. We've been talking about it for a while, and it's finally good we got to all sit down and make this happen.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Thank you both for allowing us to take part in this.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. We appreciate the history and learning about you guys. And we like to represent everyone. Rogues, renegades, GCSC. I mean, we're global. Right, Craig?
Well, exactly. I mean, we like to interview everybody, get their story, get their thoughts, opinions, and this has been a great podcast, so we appreciate you guys being here. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and stay notified for our future podcast.
Thank you so much for coming, you guys.
You're both very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.